Alright, cool, my dudes. Quick video. I'm going to do a private request, so I'll probably break down this one scene of the Wizard of Oz, which is, what is it, 4 minutes? I mean, it's pretty important. It's the go back home scene. So let's just start right away. This is an email request by Elevated Aspirations, so let's get right into it. I'll probably react first part to the email and then break down the Wizard of Oz, that specific scene.
Elevated Aspirations. Hey Kevin.
Yes, sir.
Elevated Kintsugi here. Just to be clear, I'm redefining what my real request is in lieu of the Pirates breakdown.
Yeah, this is a modification to his original request. His original request was Pirates Breakdown, but honestly, I mean, that was when I was just throwing requests willy-nilly, so I allowed people to modify the request. So this is more important to your personal fascination.
Elevated Kintsugi here. Just to be clear, I'm redefining what my real request is in lieu of the Pirates breakdown, correct? So I've thought about my real request and I think I have it. A Wizard of Oz breakdown if you can manage, not necessarily the whole movie, but more specifically the symbolism of the ruby slippers and the Emerald City.
Of course, so that's what I have right here. So we will be doing that. As for the Wizard of Oz, that is the only movie I'm truly interested in breaking down, by the way. So.
A Wizard of Oz breakdown if you...
But honestly, I mean, for me to break that down, I would have to review some very deep esoteric occult things, more stuff of the Indo-Aryan stuff, and Freemasonry when I get a chance. I mean, that's going to wait a while. I have to go through exegesis before I even try Wizard of Oz. I mean, I understand it on an intrinsic level, but for me to explain it so it's easier for people to understand, and I would try to explain it without using Christianity, just because I don't want to quote-unquote offend people. But I mean, I might not be able to skirt around that topic, because there's a lot of Christian allegories in the Wizard of Oz that people don't realize.
A Wizard of Oz breakdown if you can manage, not necessarily the whole movie, but more specifically the symbolism of the ruby slippers and the Emerald City. And even more specifically the process of the merging of the masculine and feminine aspects to go back through the heart.
Okay, so this is actually talked about in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. So let us talk about this idea of the ruby. I mean, you know, these Eastern texts use these gemstones because they're precious, so that people have in the ancient times would understand it better. So the red is masculine. All right, think of Rome. Rome uses red colors. Okay, so that would be your ruby. All right, the sapphire on the top. I mean, the problem. I mean, there's obvious problems with these colors with this chart. So I mean, I might have to pull up another astral chart. I mean, I'll use both of them so that people are used to it. I mean, honestly, there's problems with these colorings. I have to redraw my own chart just so that it's correct understanding, which is what I have a problem with a lot of these stuff because of the pollution by the New Agers. Okay, yeah, see, this makes more sense. So red is masculine, which represents the lower 3 chakras. So think of this as your masculine aspect. Think of this as a minion, right? From Despicable Me. Misa, Misa, oh yes boss, ooh, me want food, oh my god, yay, boss, yes. Okay, like that, that's a minion. The upper 3 aspects is your Sophia characters, and this would be your feminine axis. The embodiment of this would be like, and this is where your intellect resides. This is representation of Sophia. So this is basically their nerd aspect of you. I mean, I don't know, just think of like a Disney princess. But the problem is, you know, if these get corrupted, it turns into like literally Bob from Despicable Me, this useless minion that keeps chattering. Or if the upper parts of these get corrupted, it becomes basically like a fat princess who just watches soap operas and reality TV all day, or Kim Kardashian. You're supposed to purify these aspects into its venerated form. So upon death, I mean, this is what I look at. First of all, you really have to understand how you came into this world first. Let's see, where's this chart? Okay, so yeah, through the navel. Okay, everybody knows that you came in through this world through the navel, which is your belly button. Alright, this whole body thing is the entrapment of the quote-unquote light being that you are. This is a essence trap of the primordial. So look, a fallopian tube, some sort of wormhole, connects directly to the belly button. That's the navel point of entrance. This is the quote-unquote embryonic stuff about remembering the unborn state. The first thing that gets formed is the heart, The heart is your new access point for the new exiting out, because once your separation from your umbilical cord and your navel gets cut off, then the new access point of leaving is through the heart, and the heart is a projection of this field of that, because you're a psychosomatic physical being that's also a social creature. Then the heart is also connected through the pineal gland, through a nerve. I mean, this is like the in Occult Anatomy of Man. So there is an automatic distinction connection between the navel, which is how you came in here, through the fallopian, through the umbilical cord, and that's what created this being, this cancer that you call human incarnation. The first organ it creates is the heart, and then it's also connected to pineal. So the way you, well, upon death, I mean, what really happens is, that depends. I mean, you'll see these energy channels coalescence and conform back into its original state. Really, this is basically, imagine your quote-unquote spirit, a magical etheric body. It is the diamond. Ooh, it's basically fractured out. This is like the story of Osiris, the missing body pieces. So naturally, upon death, it, you know, zoop, 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 doop, 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 and then reemerges through the heart. The heart is the center. Then it taps out through the pineal, because it's connected to the pineal. Pineal is the light receiver, and then it does this weird spiral over the head, and then it gets projected out. This is the quote-unquote light thing that people see when they leave the body, that people mistakenly characterize as your quote-unquote self, or like in the movie Soul. It's like the quote-unquote soul leaving the body, where people say, it's a 10 grams of you that leaves you upon death or something, which is true. I mean, but that is your essence being projected upon this carbon creation of your sim character. Your sim character, your consciousness, dies on death, because that is the material body. The material body is the atomization of the material form. It is of this world. It will die of this world. There's a lot of coping that goes on with the New Agers, or these people who want to hold on to their consciousness, which is literally from the point of a transcendent being. Like, if I was going to talk to you like I was a transcendent being, that's like saying you want to hold on to your to being a demon forever. I mean, whatever. I mean, that's why people have trouble accepting this fact that your human incarnation is basically a cancerous robotic growth designed to milk out the essence of your true spirit. So, okay, let's review. Birth came in through the navel. The navel, first organ, creates us the heart. Heart then has the natural nerve connecting through the pineal. That's the connection. So upon death, but there's also this quote-unquote silver cord to the essence, which is why people cannot pinpoint where the soul is, because the soul is already scattered in the beginning, and then has a natural connection outside to the silver cord of source itself. I mean, this is really a fractal within a fractal, connecting to something quote-unquote greater. But your body is it's really a milking machine for quote-unquote Lush. Lush is human suffering, the potentiality of your essence, your spirit. Okay. So in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, so remember, the bottom half is your minion. This is the snake, whatever. That is your masculine axis. Top half, Sophia characters, intellect, that is your feminine axis. Upon death, naturally, they merge out through the middle, heart, exit out, zoop, spiral. Okay. Ideally, you want to do this process of merging in your feminine axis and masculine axis in the now and the quote-unquote living to reach a state of the crown chakra, the master, which is a necessary process to get to the point of the stellar gateway, which is the point of, if you understand or quote-unquote believe in these things, once you reach the crown, then you have the realization of the diamond, the original state of the spirit, and then it touches the stellar gateway, the pink, which is the truest idea of being the quote-unquote Buddha, the pink lotus. It is the spirit, carrying the souvenir of this avatar sim character being, because these are the two U's. There's a clear distinction here. Okay. I mean, I've explained this several times before, but I will probably have to do a better explanation specifically for the people who don't understand this idea that the enemy is you. Like I'm telling you right now, the enemy is you. The whole point is to get your minion character to give a rose or, gift to your Sophia aspect, your feminine intellect, to reach the enlightenment state, to touch back to the primordial diamond, and then that diamond gets illuminated, actualized, purified, venerated into the pink, the formless state. Okay. I mean, a lot of people will just say that that it's just about going back to primordial before he came in here, period. But I mean, there is a quote-unquote lesson to be learned here, even though people will always say that this place is some sort of a mindless, blind will. If you view it as a video game, it's much easier to understand, even though a lot of people always say that this is a transcendental viewpoint. But from the things that I've read, and the deeper aspects of secret societies, I mean, I would more be inclined to agree that this is a game, the game of Dharma. So,
and even more specifically, the process of the merging of the masculine and feminine aspects to go back through the heart and out the top, like it's mentioned in the Tibetan Book of the Dead.
Yeah, that's a natural process of death. It's your spirit encapsulation and then being transfigured or whatever is that alchemical term, whatever.
And even more specifically, the process of the merging of the masculine and feminine aspects to go back through the heart and out the top, like it's mentioned in the Tibetan Book of the Dead.
Yeah, that would be I mean, you can also do this in the living. This is the separation of the magical etheric body from the physical body form. Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe. I mean, he explains it very well. I mean, I do the same thing. This spiraling circle, finding a point pinlight of starlight, and then your soul leaves and zoop. I mean, that's what an out-of-body experience is.
I'm not sure if this is
But I mean, your body is the tethering point. But that's why from my point of view, if I quote-unquote astral travel, I'll pick a form that isn't quote-unquote human. I'll pick the formless state. I mean, that's a trap right there.
I'm not sure if this is the same symbolism of the turtle from The Masked Singer giving a rose to the Sophia character.
Ideally, yes, that is what you would want to do in the living. You need to get your turtle, your minion, your quote-unquote snake, your masculine axis, to give a rose, a gift, to Sophia, to redeem her. I mean, this is in goddamn Christianity, or the story of the three wise men, which I'll talk a little bit about. So,
I'm not sure if this is the same symbolism of the turtle from The Masked Singer giving a rose to the Sophia character.
Yes.
But I've recently finished Jesus and the Lost Goddess, so I kinda get that stuff about remerging your psyche with the unconscious instead of attaching it to...
Yeah, well, that would also be in the breakdown of the symbolism, that thing that looks like 30 in Sanskrit. It is the idea of the consciousness, subconsciousness, the unconsciousness. In the symbolism in Sanskrit, or the oldest religions, it goes back to this idea of quote-unquote the of Brahma would be the waking state, the dreaming state, and the dreamless state. All right, this thing's repeated over and over. This is the natural triumvirate, or the Trimuti. I mean, this would be, what is it? Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. I mean, it's the Trinity. Everybody knows this. We want to talk about, I mean, this would be, what is it? The Father, which is the Spirit, the Mother, Sophia, and the Son, which is the demiurge, right? The devil, okay?
But I've recently finished Jesus and the Lost Goddess.
And it's even in the goddamn the three wise men. I mean, the three wise men, think about the gifts that they gave. It was gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Gold is material wealth. That is the gift of the quote-unquote the devil in this material plane. Frankincense is the anointment oils, right? That is what you would give to Sophia, so she can pretty herself up for her to be the bride of the Father. What is the Father? It is the myrrh. It is the anointment oils. Wait, no, hold on. Okay, gold's material. Frankincense is the perfume. Okay, that's perfume for Sophia. And the myrrh is the anointment oils of the dead, right? This would be for the Father. So this would be obviously a symbol for the quote-unquote pineal gland, which is the blackness, the black oil, or whatever. I mean, to me, this is a basic. This is the classical rule of three. which is even repeated in Wizard of Oz. I mean, can't people figure it out? The Scarecrow, the Lion.
But I've recently finished Jesus and the Lost Goddess, so I kinda get that stuff about remerging your psyche with the unconscious instead of attaching it to conscious experience.
Yep.
So I'm wondering how they relate? The problem is I'm only grasping the Wizard of Oz symbolism on a conceptual level.
Yeah, I mean, I'll break it down pretty soon. But the Wizard of Oz, it's very deep esotericism. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever broken it down, by the way.
The problem is I'm only grasping the Wizard of Oz symbolism on a conceptual level. I don't really have true gnosis on what the masculine and feminine axes are in relation to the spirit unconscious or how you're supposed.
The masculine and feminine axis. The masculine axis is your consciousness. Your feminine axis is your subconsciousness. So think of it as will and intellect, and your unconsciousness is your spirit. This is what is juicing everything up.
I don't really have true gnosis on what the masculine and feminine axes are in relation to the spirit unconscious or how you're supposed to take them and go back through the heart. Like, I'm not sure if these are aspects of our ethereal magic bodies, if how they relate physically to the chakras or to our...
It is aspects of your magical etheric body, it's aspects of your quote-unquote physical body. It is the aspect of the natural intrinsic structure of what you are. This is the natural rule of 3. It is the oldest symbol. Is it the oldest symbol? Yes, it is the oldest symbol in the world. The symbol. Like that thing that looks like a 30. So.
To take them and go back through.
Which is why Jesus and Buddha, alright, when they started upon their journey, they were 30 years old. Alright? Like Buddha was 29, Asians count 1 year extra. Jesus was 30, and then they did their 3-year journey thing into quote-unquote enlightenment. This is the same story told over and over and over again, if people truly understood what they were looking at.
To take them and go back through the heart. Like, I'm not sure if these are aspects of our ethereal magic bodies, if how they relate physically to the chakras or to our psyches.
Relates to both. So, even if we're talking about chakras, it is the lower 3 chakras, upper 3 chakras. If we talk about your psyche is feminine anyways. I mean, but you could also say that it would be right side brain, left side brain, logic and emotion. You're trying to do 2 into 1, right? To break duality by merging back into the 1, which is the middle of your brain. The Eye of Horus is basically a symbol of a golden ratio relationship back to the hidden eye. The hidden eye is a moon. The moon is the black. It is the black eye. It is the hidden pillar in Freemasonry. If you think of Freemasonry, there's the lunar axis, then there's the solar axis, left and right eyes. Then the hidden pillar, the middle pillar is the black sun. The black sun being the pineal gland. The pineal gland excretes melatonin. The blackness, the darkness, the primordial waters of the black void. Okay?
How they relate to the character of Sophia and Jesus and the Lost Goddess, etc. I know you've talked about it a lot, and I even went back through the Tibetan Book of the Dead to find the passages where they mention it, but it's just not clicking for me.
Yeah, dude, Tibetan Book of the Dead is great. I mean, even it tells you how to choose your incarnation if you quote-unquote want to come back here. I mean, people don't realize that. Like even SQS would not be aware that, you know, truly, I mean, a wizard is designed or trained to master the death state. So, I mean, people don't realize that. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, have I talked about that? Oh, well, hold on. Yeah. I mean, magic is really about the manipulation of spirits, or if you're talking about dark magic, it's well, quote unquote good magic, white magic, whatever. It's the manipulation of your own spirit to reach quote unquote enlightenment. Mastery of the awakening process of the Buddha, which is why you do this quote-unquote mock death ritual, where you quote-unquote kill your ego, shed your ego, whatever, and then pick a new name, which is the classical wizard name. A lot of people will say it's my illuminated name. Oh my God, because I joined this club. Or for me, I mean, I just did it for you. I don't really care. So. Mastery of death state. I mean, a true master has mastery of death state. This is what this whole idea of animesia, or going back to the unborn state, it is the mastery of the death state. So, like even if you get to a certain level, I mean, you can choose how quote unquote death comes for you. All right, like I've avoided death too many times, and then the more closer you get to death, the more you quote-unquote awaken back to what you were before you were born, which is the eternal slumber of death. Okay.
I know you've talked about it a lot, and I even went back through the Tibetan Book of the Dead to find the passages where they mention it, but it's just not clicking for me yet, so one of your in-depth explanations would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, but I did do the astral being video, so you did say you finally understood it, but don't worry. Another video I will do it for Vanessa, where I explain the two U's, using Disney and Minions Despicable Me. It's not that hard, to be honest. So
explanations would be greatly appreciated.
another reference would be the statue that I broke down of the Virgin Mary, her foot stepping upon the head of the serpent. All right, but you know, a lot of people demonize the serpent. You're supposed to tame the snake. All right, you're not supposed to kill it. Imagine you have a chariot model, right? You got a horse, you got a driver, which was the intellect Sophia, and then you have the VIP in the stagecoach, right? That is your unconsciousness. Okay, so the horse would be the devil. This is the masculine axis. The intellect, the driver, is Sophia. Okay, that is your feminine axis, and they are working or driving around the coach, the VIP. That is your spirit. That's your father. So a lot of people, I mean, like, why would you want to take out your horse? Then you're going to go nowhere. All right, or if you're going to make a Sophia dumb and you know, bitch at her, maybe she'll just go nowhere. All right, this is about balance of the three to reach back into the source.
Explanations would be greatly appreciated.
Okay.
Thank you, Pink.
Alright, so okay, let's go break this down. What the hell's my internet? Oh, wait. Okay, let's go. Wizard of Oz. This is like 4 minutes. I'll never get home back to the primordial state before she came into Oz. Oz is merely a, you know, it's basically an allegory for our world existence here. I mean, that's why it's colored. It's a limited light spectrum upon the rainbow. I mean, you're in a song background, you're hearing somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. I mean, even that song has meaning.
Stay with us then, Dorothy.
And then she's holding Toto. Toto is it's basically a chord back home, like the silver chord back home. Toto means with in Latin, so this is her connection process. So in toto, in totality. So to conquer these three aspects. I mean, these three things. I mean, haven't people figured out this is goddamn three wise men and Jesus? All right, they just used Judy Garland as the female axis as an example. For example, I mean, look, what is this? Tin Man. Well, tin is a reference to Jupiter, anyways. So you got Tin Man, you got Leo. And then you got the straw man, but really you should think of these guys as the three wise men. And what is it that they want? I mean, I don't know. Should I really explain this? I could save this for later, but I'll spoil it a little bit. Okay, Tin Man, he wants a. Wait, hold on. What am I thinking? A straw. Tin Man wants a heart. Scarecrow wants some brains. Oh.
We all love you.
Oh, wait. I gotta go. What do I remember this?
Wasn't enough, Joe.
Hold on. This is bothering me. I can't remember this.
You royal can. Goodbye, Lion. No, it isn't true.
In my heart.
No, she had to find.
In my heart.
No, she
Okay,
had to
yeah,
find.
Tin Man
God
wants a
for
heart.
her.
I should have felt it in my heart.
No,
Okay.
she had to find. Oh no,
I do it
never.
out of brain fart. Okay. Okay.
Oh no, I'll never.
So Tin Man wants a heart. Scarecrow wants brains, and the lion wants courage. Okay, so where have we heard of this before? All right. So you got the heart, you got the brain, and you got courage. Courage is, where does the courage come from? It comes from your pineal gland. All right, this secretion of the black gold. I mean, whatever. I mean, this is obvious. This is like the gift of the gold, frankincense, and myrrh. She's trying to attain these three jewels to complete back her journey, which is the same thing of the story of Jesus.
Never get home.
Stay with us then, Dorothy. We all love you. We don't want you to go.
I mean, do I have to explain it again? What is it? The perfume, the oil and ointment for the dead, and the gold. Okay. All right, whatever. I've already talked about this before when I talked about the three wise men.
Well, that's very kind of you. But this could never be like Kansas. any endless, so stop wondering
You
what...
hear that? This could never be like Kansas. This reality that you're in, the realm of Ya, what you call Earth, can never be like the true home, which is the primordial, where void of the chaos complete, which is everything. It is quote unquote black, but not really. I mean, from your sensory physical views of the sixth of the, what is it? Is it 5 Ds? No, 6 Ds. It's your 5 senses in your mind. Your mind is a construct of the brain. It is the ultimate deceiver of the spirit. And that's why this reality is merely a lesser creation by the demiurge of something far greater, which Sophia saw and tried to recreate, and then ended up making the demiurge.
What happened to me by now? Oh, Scarecrow, what am I going to do?
And if you didn't figure it out, the demiurge is the material god. So, like, people always talk about God or Brahma, but they don't realize that there is a great distinction between the spiritual god of everything and the material god, which is the devil.
Look! Here's someone who can help you!
Oh my god, it's Glenda the Good Witch. You guys know the drill. Oh, look, a pink ball of light. Oh my god, look at me, I'm pink. Ooh. A pink formless spirit. Ooh. Descending down from the heavens through the Emerald City. The Emerald City is the heart. Alright, this is the chakra thingy of the Stellar Gateway. This being coming from the lands outside, trying to help you, escape the land of Oz or the realm of Ya. I mean, that's what I do, but honestly, I mean, you wouldn't believe how many people have attacked me for trying to help people or whatever. I mean, ooh, it's a pink ball, ooh. I mean, how could people not realize this? And she holds the diamond star. I mean, that's probably some of Sirius, though. I mean, that would also be the soul star. I mean, I don't know if we should talk about Sirius, the most beautiful star, double diamond dog star, diamonds.
Oh, will you help me? Can you help me?
Yeah.
You don't need to be helped any longer. You've always had the power to go back to Kansas.
Yeah, she doesn't need to be helped any longer, but she did need the help as she was going along the journey. So this is her completing the rule of 3 of the journey.
I have.
Then why didn't you tell her?
Yeah, so this would be her mastery of 3 things that she had to do. It's usually 3. I mean, there's always a rule of 3. Even when I do this, I always say, step 1, fear, death, and overcoming it. Step 2, cosmic abandonment. Step 3, the will to power to lead you to what you really need to do. 1, purification of the spirit. 2, actualization of the spirit. 3, liberation of the spirit. So it's always a rule of 3.
Because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn.
I see, no one's gonna believe you if you can just walk out of the game. But even if you say that, if you don't internalize it or do certain things to quote unquote know, then it's really pointless. And a lot of people get tricked by their own delusions of attachment, anyways. Especially to this avatar consciousness that like even me speaking to you right now. I mean, this is my Kevin minion from Despicable Me talking. Using the faculties of my Sophic aspect. It's like imagine me as a formless pink spirit being that can be in multiple places at once and talk about multiple things at the same time, versus what I am now speaking to you, like this focused laser pointer being, which is very limited, trapped in a very dense physical body with extreme limitations in its weak, deficient state. And it's really a milking machine for the devil, all right, to suck upon the teat of the spirit, which is really this pink transcendent being that I quote unquote am.
Learn it for herself.
I mean, if you care about these things, I mean, I talk about these things, and I realize that girls really, really like Wizard of Oz and spirituality and astral stuff. So I noticed that my analytics, it's becoming like 30% women. So it used to be a sausage party, like 95%. No, it was 99% men. Okay, whatever.
What have you learned, Dorothy?
Well, I think that it...
Yeah, well, that's important. What has Dorothy learned in her journey? It is about the journey. It's not about the destination. People always care about the destination. They're like, oh, I need to leave. Oh my God, I just need to leave. I don't need to do nothing. Oh, I am all powerful within. I'm just like Dorothy. Oh, it's not about that. It's about the goddamn journey. Like people don't want to do the hard work. They don't want to clear out their neuroses. They don't want to take responsibility. They don't want to acknowledge that karma exists to fulfill out your agreements that you had upon here. They don't want to follow the rules of the game. All right, this is what I've noticed with these New Agers who promise you heaven for nothing, or these people who want to promise you the devil's offer of living forever as your avatar sim state. Are you serious? Like, are you serious? I can't believe that's a real thing. That's literally what the devil would do.
That it wasn't enough just to want to see Uncle Henry and Auntie Em.
Yeah, see, it's not enough to just want to go back home. It's not enough to just know that you're an all-powerful spirited being that was eternal before here, whatever. Ooh, look, you're stuck in this predicament now. That's why you got to go upon the journey of Dorothy, all right? To bounce. The people are serious about this, which is purification of the spirit from the consciousness and subconsciousness, all right? Actualization of the spirit using the veneration form of your quote-unquote masculine axis, the minion, giving a rose to Sophia accepting the rose and being all happy, and then she gets enlightened and then realizes the memory of the father, so the spirit redeems her. And then at that point of redeeming liberation is when you access the stellar gateway, and then you liberate your spirit by having no attachment to this quote-unquote existence, which is the liberation of the spirit. In the words of Elsa from Frozen, let it go, right? Let go of what you think is you, which is not you. The enemy is you. Or holding on to what this realm is. Too many people love this realm anyways. Like they, from my point of view, when I walk outside, I view this place as a goddamn hell realm, all right? I view the sun outside as this infernal fireball, illuminating and giving sustenance to all the demons around me, consuming and devouring each other, and suffering and toiling away in their drudgery. Like, I walk around viewing other humans as demons, right? Because it's true, right? But people don't want to acknowledge this fact. Even me, I barely eat. I try to eat as little as possible, but even me, just to survive, think about how much flesh of dead beings I have to eat per day. That sounds like something a demon would do, right? And a lot of people are gluttonous and fat, and they love devouring the life force of other beings, right? Well, this place, it is what it is. It's a goddamn holding pen. It is a hell realm for the angels who fell from heaven, and then it turns these angels into more diabolical beings until they, give in to their carnal natures and fully embody a quote-unquote demon, which is why the system always tries to trap you in your lower three chakras of, eating, survival, sex, and power, all right? Which is why they've completely tried to eradicate Sophia in the first place, your intellect, all right? Which is why everyone will always call you a nerd for reading books, or like, oh, don't read books, oh. Like, I cannot believe some people say do not read books, all right? Like, imagine you have an apple, right? And you got to get to the seed, all right? To get like a free soul tokens, right? And the book, all you need to do is use that book, because that book is like a knife to slice the apple. And you're like, oh, you don't need to read a book. You can just use your hands. What? Using hands isn't going to be a guarantee. You might get tired, and it's going to get real messy. Just use a book, all right? A book's like a knife to get to the seed of the apple. All right, whatever.
And it's that if I ever go looking for my heart's desire again.
Looking for your heart's desire, just like in, Pirates of the Caribbean. Captain Jack Sparrow's compass points to your true heart's desire. If you look upon your astrology chart, your ascendant sign, the rising sign, whatever that is, your true heart's desire. So mine would be in Capricorn, which is why I have this quote-unquote autistic fascination with architecture and structuring everything. That's why, but my chart's unique. Almost everything is in venerated in the higher aspects. And then what is debilitated would be the things which bind me here, which is really ironic. For example, look at my chart, Jupiter's in Cancer. It's debilitated. And it's stuck in the lowest aspect of the zodiac because it's opposite of Capricorn and my will. So my will would be stuck over here anyways. I mean, look, I mean that, but I have a very good, fortunate chart. So, I mean, maybe my essence higher spirit wanted it that way, and I chose my incarnation so that I could get a free ticket out of here. All right, that's possible.
I won't look any further than my own backyard.
Yeah, your true heart's desire. Don't look for any further in your backyard. All right. You should have never came here. Right? You should have never came to Disney World. I mean Disney Realm. All right. You got trapped here. You heard the carnival music. All right. Then Mickey Mouse came up to you with an offer. All right. And you gave him a goddamn golden ticket. Now you're stuck here.
Because if it isn't there,
yeah.
I never really lost it to begin with.
Yeah, you never really lost it. You never really lost it to begin with. You just forgot how to remember or how to go back. So it really is within you.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
all
ma'am.
it is.
That's all it is.
But that's so easy.
Oh my God, it's so easy. Oh my God, you hear that? It's so easy, which is why I always say it is ridiculously easy. I always say that maybe I should just teach you guys how to be a Buddha, reach Nirvana. It's not that hard. Did you just pay attention to this whole this Wizard of Oz scene? She just told you how to reach Nirvana, how to be a Buddha. Alright, it's real easy. These people who tell you to join a temple or a church or whatever, what? Just watch Wizard of Oz.
I should have thought of it for you.
Oh boy, howdy, I should have thought of it before. Ooh.
I should have felt it in my heart.
I should have felt it in my heart. But here's what you need to pay attention to.
No, she had to find
See the lion, he didn't say anything. Courage, the pineal gland, alright? I mean, that is what feels it anyways.
it out for herself. Now those magic slippers will take you home in 2 seconds.
Yeah, find it out for yourself. The spirit needs to awaken. This is the test of the Buddha. The word Buddha means to be awakened in the spirit. The cultivation of the spirit, alright? Or to go back to I mean, it's really an inversion of reality. To be, to realize that you are in the now, walking in the valley of the shadow of the dead. Like all the people around you, I mean, back in the old days, they would have called them the dead, all right? These days, we call them NPCs or normies, all right? Even these people who are wandering around bewildered, like the true community. I mean, I don't think they're ever going to get it.
Oh, Toto too?
Toto too.
Yeah, Toto too.
Now?
Whenever you wish.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, see, now, whenever you wish. Now, whenever you wish. All right, time doesn't really matter in this state, as long as you reach Nirvana in the now. Like, people have asked me questions before. Oh, Kevin, what happens if you have Alzheimer's and you forget? All right, this is a great question. What if you have Alzheimer's and you cannot hold on to your sovereignty, whatever? Look, man, it's not about the intellect. It's not about the body. It's about the spirit. This cultivation of the spirit automatically magnetizes you anyways to go back to the realms before you came in here, which is the Buddha realm, the primordial cosmic complete. I mean, this is why it is very important to understand that you have to do this in the now, all right, to reach the state of mind permanently. Like, if you look at me, I've reached a state a long time ago. So, like, when you hear me joke around or insult people, I mean, it's really my consciousness. That's my avatar, dude, bro. You hear me speaking intellectually, that would be my intellect sphere aspect when I explain things. But you hear me going full flow state, like with what I did with my video. SQS made me look made me look low IQ. I was going full spirit mode, all right? When you're in spirit mode, you can do crazy things. It's reaching perfection in the imperfect state. Like, it's possible. And then when you reach spirit mode, you can actually warp reality or defy the rules of reality. I mean, this is what Morpheus said. When you whatever, then you don't have to dodge bullets anymore. All right, that's what Morpheus was referring to when he was speaking to Neo in that scene with the Matrix. Actually, do I have that goddamn scene? Yeah, I got it right here. I was gonna break it down again. I was gonna break this down for Theodora, because she loves this.
Trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
Yeah, when you are ready, you don't have to. when you reach the state of, nirvana, you don't have to do anything, alright? The problem is getting there, alright? The problem is finishing the journey.
That's the one.
I'm telling you right now, when you reach enlightenment of everything's just boring, you're not entertained by anything, nothing stimulates you anymore. I mean, it's just lame. Like, trust me, I'm bored all the time.
Oh, it's gonna be so hard to say goodbye.
Yeah, it's hard to say goodbye. Attachment.
You all too.
Even though you love your experience here, just let it go. Personally, it wasn't even that great.
Goodbye, Tin Man.
Yeah, goodbye, Tin Man. God damn it, Tin Man. This guy's a goddamn local hero in my city. Like, I had to watch Wizard of Oz so many times. I mean, this guy is literally from my city, like outside of Boston.
Don't
I think there's a goddamn plaque of him, like, near the beach. You have no idea how many times I had to hear that the Tin Man came from my city.
You rust so dreadfully. Here's your oil can.
Yeah, oil can.
Goodbye.
Now I know I've got a heart, because it's
Yep.
breaking.
Oh yeah, and by the way, the Emerald City is the heart, the green chakra, the way out. I mean, that's why also in the, what is it, Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the emeralds. I mean, if you read the book Emerald Tablets of Thoth, it's really about going back to your crystalline, rainbow body, whatever, to manipulate through the underworld of the halls of Amente. Okay, I mean, there's a lot in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. And there's also the Emerald Tablets of Hermes, where he's trying to transcend this as above, so below. Because the as above, so below is also a trap, alright? Chinese finger trap.
Goodbye, Lion.
Yeah, goodbye, Lion.
You know, I know it isn't right, but I'm gonna miss the way you used to holler for help before you found your courage.
I would never have found it if it hadn't been for you.
Yeah, it's okay to ask for help.
I think I'll miss you most of all.
Are you ready now?
Yes.
And you know, Dorothy actually says a lot. Like, when she approached the Wizard of Oz, she said, "I am Dorothy, the meek." All right, like the meek. I mean, this is in the Bible also, talking about the meek shall inherit the earth and stuff.
Say goodbye, Toto.
Yeah, so we can say goodbye, Toto.
Yes, I'm ready now.
Then close your eyes.
Yep,
Tap
close
your heels together
Yep, close your eyes like a Buddhist statue.
3 times.
2, 3. Consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness. Ruby slippers being the masculine axis, the bottom 3 chakras combined, which encapsulates itself as the gemstone of the ruby.
And think to yourself.
The bow on top is the feminine axis, the upper 3 chakras representing the feminine intellect, combining to itself as the sapphire. So let's go review. Okay, so we just saw Dorothy, ruby slippers, then this is the sapphire blue bow on her head. I mean, it's no coincidence that this is also shaped sort of like the Ouroboros, by the way.
Self. There's no.
And then you see that star thing spiraling in that fashion. I think, what is that? Counterclockwise? Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, baby. Oh my God, it is the white diamond. Ooh, I mean, people could also say that this is Sirius, the diamond dog star. I mean, this would also still be correct, technically. And it's being done by Glenda, the stellar gateway, the pink. All right. Okay, so now we got all that shit taken care of.
Place like home.
There's no place like
There's
home.
no place like home.
This is the magnetization of the spirit, by cultivating the spirit through the lessons learned of, you know, of taming the body, fermenting or whatever, you know, developing yourself intellectually to cultivate the spirit. There's a 3-step process, really easy.
There's no place like
home. There's no place like home.
There's no place.
There's no place like the Buddha realms before you came in here. Ooh, spiral. Oh my God, the spiral mysteries. This is at the point of death. You spiral out through the pineal gland anyways. There should be a third eye here. Ooh, illuminating. Ooh, she's closed her eyes like a Buddha. Ooh. Ooh, now then it's transitioned to black and white away from the color.
There's no place like home.
And she's remembering the tapping. And then this house, I mean, whatever I do, she's just going back through the portal, which is the tornado thing. Okay, let's see if I have time to do the other... No, I don't have time to do the other private request. The other private request is, maybe, pal, you're talking about the, what is it, the Kundalini, the, you're basically talking about Brahma, the seven-headed Naga. Okay, so elevated aspirations, I hope you learned something from this. I mean, I might have to break down, well, one day I'll break down Wizard of Oz for real. Look, man, if you had to give me the option of all the books I've read versus watching Wizard of Oz, I'd pick Wizard of Oz. Alright, that's how important the movie Wizard of Oz is. Wizard of Oz, to me, still, regardless of the other movies I've watched, is the most important movie to understand. If you understood the highest levels of the symbolism. That's not, and I haven't even talked about like the Wicked Witch of the West and the whole Yellow Brick Road and the Munchkins. Alright, so you guys have a good night. So I hope you enjoyed this private request. So everyone, thank you, Elevated Aspirations, for this request, which is Kintsugi Kame. Alright, bye guys.